make silly mistakes like that and build a refinery in the wrong position.
So his build order is excellent.
His MCV. He'll play everything 100% perfect.
And we're going live here, map number 2, here at the World Cyber Games 2008. Of course, you're on quadv.com. Brought to you by, of course, the great folks over at xlbet.com. You can bet on many of the events here at the World Cyber Games, so check that out, xlbet.com. And of course, you are listening to quadv.com. We're playing Command & Conquer 3, Kane's Wrath. It's the semifinals. And of course, Dackel has the one map advantage over the American Khufu. So tournament decision underway here in map number 2. Apollo, what are we seeing right now?
As you can see, the standard build for this map is 2 barracks either way for 2 engineers. They're just going to capture the 2 Tyranium spikes, which is mandatory on this map, just to give them, the income.
We get the plus 10 every.
The plus 10,
every
the $500 they gain when they capture it, and then obviously the infantry in the middle. Dackel's gone straight for scouting. He's going to move his infantry into the Nod base, and this is because Nod players do not like to face GDI infantry with their own, because GDI infantry is slightly stronger. But so the Nod player likes to garrison them and keep positions, and then he'll build a radar buggy then to scout.
And Dackel sending units really low into the map there as he's scouting away. As we see a small skirmish there, typical on tournament decision in the small town.
Dackel will be building a pitbull now to counter the radar buggy. So this is standard play by both players.
Now, if you look like bottom mid map there, you have the scouting units of Dackel really. Now they've planted themselves, kind of waiting to see if anything happens on that bottom 2 spikes. So he's got a good setup there. Up top, though, is where most of the action, as we see some buggy go in.
Same as the first game. You have the counter, the scouting counter.
And the pitbull having the advantage here.
Yeah, it's armor rough. It's obviously no match for the radar buggy. Just both infantry and the squads just in the buildings, just scouting and attacking through the buildings. Dackel with an infantry squad in Khufu's base once again, just having a look what he's up to, seeing he's not doing anything cheesy. And
one thing we haven't seen really is, do you think at this point for the top tip field that of course Khufu has the advantage, or can it go either way?
I don't think there's no advantage.
Even like right now, the scouting situation, I think up in the top left though is better for Khufu, is it not?
For sure, yes.
And infantry being taken out there as
Dackel's just playing with him, having a look, harassing him, making him force a move to, counter the pitbull.
So make him change the build order of what he was planning on doing. I'm
interested to see why Dackel's moved his MCV. He slightly moved it just behind his refinery. I'm not sure why or what he's up to. So that'll be interesting to see how this evolves.
So he hasn't actually picked it up and moved it towards that spike?
No, he just kind of picked it up and moved it behind the refinery and placed it down again. So I think, I know what he was doing. He was moving the MCV so he could get a better position refinery on his main Tiberium field.
Okay.
As you can see, that's been placed there.
So but now the harvester literally has to move a foot instead of 20 feet, say.
I reckon that's a good move. Now the 2 radar buggies in the base scouting and just making Dackel forcing Dackel to do something about them there. Because if he doesn't, they'll just tear away that power plant.
Trying to change his build order, I guess, too.
Yeah, so both players just playing with each other.
Now, what would you do when you see things like this, especially right now because Dackel not really trying to counter it. He's obviously the radar buggies aren't going to do too much damage-wise. He can leave them be for quite a while.
He'll leave them be. He'll just set the repair on the building and leave them be for a while. Eventually, when he builds Predator tank, he'll send it over, which is happening.
So it won't affect. Well, there's the first Predator tank going over there. So that kind of move doesn't really change his build order. Where it was kind of a different strategy from Dackel against Khufu when he was doing the same thing, wasn't it?
Now the radar buggies, both low health, just going to pull out, save them, repair them, and use them again later on in the game. Both players at tier 2 already. Dackel gone for his standard, Orcas and Preds. There's not much happening now. I think Dackel's going to be pushing very soon. He's got units lined outside Khufu's base.
What kind of combination is good? Obviously, you have the...
we have the anti-infantry, we have anti-tanks.
So they'll just lead the way for the Predators. And that being repelled rather quickly. A good defensive move there from the American.
And now that was a mistake by Khufu. He got real nervous there and laid mines down too early. He jumped out the gun. And that's kind of costly because, you know, the mines can be so vital in the game that he just wasted that ability and the money.
And now Dackel coming around, and you know, it's almost like Khufu repelled him back into another problem for himself.
Yes, he did. He's just lost his Tiberium spike. I don't know what Khufu was playing with, leaving that tank there away from anti-airs. Dackel just picked it off, and now he's playing with a standard bunker camping style of Khufu.
Will Dackel know about the mines?
Yeah, I'm guessing he saw them. That's why he's slightly staying towards
now
the right.
Yeah, he is moving.
And Dackel's upgraded his units here, which makes them more strong against the infantry.
Stronger armor.
Stronger weapons. The AP ammo, as we researched.
And losing a few...
there's a little turret on top of the APCs. So that just means he takes down infantry a lot faster. And Dackel has done what I said he should have done in the last game. You just don't head towards the bunkers, you go around them.
Yeah.
This guy can't cover the whole map.
And a really solid push going through the center of the map there. And he, you know, taking up that spike early on is really going to be, I think, what Khufu's undoing.
Yeah, and now he's taking out his second spike as well. And now I'm guessing Dackel's going to come behind the bunkers. Scorpion there picked off so easily once again by the Orcas.
What's Khufu going to have to do to get back into this?
I've got no idea what Khufu's got planned.
He's going to have to pull something big out of the hat.
I'm not sure what he's trying to do. He's just camping. He's trying to tech up to tier 4 in the first 2 minutes of the game. And by that, Dackel's got map control. He's got as much resources as he wants. I don't know.
Another building loss.
Khufu's just playing way too passively for me. And Dackel's got
Khufu going out, you know, top 16 last year in Seattle. And do you think this is a similar situation? He's just being a bit too...
I don't know. Like I said before the game's even
soft,
played, I don't know. Maybe it's pressure. I don't know. But he's just given Dackel so much room to do whatever he wants. He's got the entire map, and Khufu's trapped in this little corner. But as you can see, Khufu has teched up to tier 4. You'll be seeing the epic unit coming out from that building, the structure. And it's a great unit. It has a sick ability, which it's like hits mind control, and it'll take control of all the units around it, and they'll just fire against each other. So it's really useful, and Dackel knows what's coming now, so he's just preparing.
So this is a very good defensive move now by Khufu.
I guess so.
If it works.
It just depends how he can get this Redeemer and if he can keep it alive.
Do you think that with the Redeemer now, Dackel will spread units a bit more?
Well, at the moment he's got 3 different sections on the map controlled. There's 3 choke points on the map which Khufu is in, and Dackel has each of them covered to know when Khufu's going to move, when he's going to move out.
Well, basically Khufu's only Tiberium source is about to be dried up.
Yeah.
All the 3 others are completely controlled by the German. I think we're going to see
a push now from Khufu. He has the Redeemer, it's out. And he also has the long range artillery. It's going to keep Dackel, keep pushing Dackel back. So Khufu's going to push back now. And Dackel knows what to do. If I was in Dackel's shoes right now, I'd be taking the entire map and get as many units out as possible so you can counter the little but strong units of Khufu.
And now the MC being moved there.
Yeah, and what we're going to see now is Khufu's going to move his MCV because he needs more Tiberium. He needs to build a refinery, and he's going to send all his units along with his MCV. And we have a quick exchange here, which is really nice for Dackel. Unfortunately, didn't take any of them out. He was just stopping Khufu from collecting resources. As you can see, red health.
And now, how long will it be until, how it's going to be a pretty quick push to get a refinery up here too?
I think what you'll see now is Khufu's going to bunker on the choke point on the bottom right. But this is being propelled really fast by Dackel, and he's chosen the perfect moment there. The Redeemer was out of position, the infantry were trying to move into position, and Dackel just shredded all of them.
Defensively, how is the Redeemer?
The Redeemer defensively is really good. It can one-shot most of these units. But which we just saw right now, the ability mind control, Khufu used. He used it. He was too premature once again.
I think we're going to see some Orcas come in here now. from setting up from that top left tip field.
Yeah, so Khufu's just going to keep moving, expanding, and building anti-air to keep the Orcas away. Dackel needs to react, so he's teched up to tier 4 also, and we're going to see another epic unit by Dackel. Oh, nice by Dackel. Takes out harvesters, like 3, 4. Dackel can afford to lose units because he has so much of the map, and Khufu's, so contained down here that losing 3 or 4 harvesters is really, really hurting him.
He only has that main Siberian field that he's just managed to basically nest next to now.
Yeah, and Dackel has teched up to tier 4. He has an epic unit himself. This is a slight push from Dackel. Just he's got one side of the map contained. He's going to move in from the other, forcing Khufu to react.
And it's the first time we've actually seen epic units. None of the maps we've watched so far have lasted very long. And Khufu.
Dackel needlessly wasting 6, 7 units just running them into, I don't know, is it distraction? Is it like...
Well, there's the epic unit, the Marv being pushed in towards
and now
Khufu's area.
A massive push by Dackel. He's going to send everything at Khufu right now. He's going to get him off the Siberian field. Because Khufu has an epic unit of himself, he's going to do everything.
Would it be a bad idea to pack up his MC now and maybe try to shift it away, or should he keep it planted?
I think that's a good strategy because the way Dackel's coming in now, that's so strong.
He's going to lose it. It's bound to happen now, especially. We're seeing the Redeemer getting absolutely pummeled.
I think
and that's got to be it.
This is Khufu's strategy, just opened up and abused. His Redeemer's down, that's why he teched up, that's why he camped to get the Redeemer, and now it's gone.
And defensively, there's nothing left basically for Khufu to do.
Dackel can move his MCV and take all the supplies that Khufu was trying to take. That's a tier 4 ability to take out the defense. And Dackel's steamrolling. I'm really impressed by his play. Unfortunately, Khufu's strategy failed. He tried to do the same thing as the first map, and it's failed. He's had to sell his MCV. Like you said before, if he'd moved it, then possibly he could have kept it alive for a bit longer. But I think
unfortunately, there's no other positions with anywhere near any tip that he could actually go for. Maybe top, left side.
Dackel's already got it all covered.
On the west side of the map, and now moving back up north side of the map here.
And Dackel's played this exactly how I would have done. Take the entire map,
really?
Just get as many units out as possible, and just pulverize Khufu's strategy. And now it's only a matter of minutes before Khufu GG's.
Once Dackel is up to Tech 4-2, it's just absolutely a matter of time. Let's be fair until this was won.
Well, Khufu teched up to tier 4 because of Dackel's tier 1 and tier 2 units. He thought he could, outpower them as such. But Dackel just reacted perfectly. He just teched up himself and was like, okay, I've got more money than you. I've got the entire map. I'll tech up as well.
And he really did. He stood back for quite a while there. Once he knew the Redeemer was on the map, he just let it kind of wander and picked a couple small fights with it while he built up his tech and also had all those predators. And right now, on a bit of a retreat.
I think what we'll see Dackel do now is just choke the guy. He's got the entire map. Khufu's got 0 money.
Would a push from the north help at all now? Maybe just let relax on this side and then come from the north side of the map.
I don't know. I think Dackel's just going to wait and see what Khufu's going to do and then react to what Khufu does. Khufu, I think,
he might get too cocky in this situation. He's got the huge advantage right now. But anything could be turned here.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of games I've seen in this tournament so far.
With another Redeemer here, so
he's rebuilt. Like I was saying, there's a lot of games I've seen so far in this tournament when players have had the advantage, and they've thrown it away. Dackel now has an iron cannon, which is being displayed on the screen right now. This is the super weapon of the game for GDI, and he's basically playing with Khufu.
And where would you use the iron cannon? Just right here, I guess. Not right here, but on the other side of the map.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't blow my own base up.
But you take out would you take out the base or do you take out the Redeemer?
I'd take out the tech structures of Khufu's base just to slow him down even more. He has no money. He can't afford to tech up again. He only just had enough money to rebuild the Redeemer.
And an absolute epic army standing in the way of the American. There's nothing that he's going to be able to do to counter what's about to happen. I don't even think are we actually going to see the ion cannon get used?
it depends. If Khufu sits in his base, then Dackel will sit back as well. It's all up to Khufu. Khufu needs to make the moves. There's no need for Dackel to do anything right now. He has everything he wants. So he's just going to pick off units. Hopefully not losing too many of his own, which he lost one, I think. So that's pretty cool. So it's all up to Khufu. Khufu needs to make the moves.
And he's actually going to make a push here.
Hopefully. It looks like he's moving infantry towards the southeast.
And then at the same time right now, the epic unit from Dackel moving in. How it compare, like if you compare the Redeemer to the Marv, what's the difference?
The difference is the Redeemer has the mine ability, and the Marv doesn't have any special abilities. But when it runs over Tiberium, it collects and sucks it all up. So that's a useful strategy that a lot of players use.
So you use that to increase your economy.
Yeah. And now Dackel's moving in. He's going to use artillery to take out the bunkers. Walker's coming in, hitting the Redeemer. I'm not sure if he'll go down though.
The Redeemer absolutely being pummeled here by the Orcas. Absolutely getting destroyed there as the Redeemer crashes to the ground. And the Marv taking a lot of damage itself, but right now Dackel moving on. And that's it. GG Cold. Absolutely unbelievable play from the German Dackel. Looking absolutely incredible. Can he take it all the way, Apollo?